Testing, testing, testing one, testing two. What's going on, everybody? It's Coach Gary. I'm Coach Gary. How you guys doing today? Today we're going to start off with a little bit of HBCU football. We've got the University, Virginia at Lynchburg versus South Carolinna. Neither one of these teams doing really well in their respective conferences this year, but one of them will come out victorious today. I think, if I'm not mistaken, South Carolinna has won one. As a matter of fact, we can take a look. Now, I got my there's no matchup predictor here today on the let's transition over to the other screen. No matchup predictor today, and I'm pretty sure that we won't have the graphic of the field here on the screen. So I'm gonna do my best to do the play-by-play. But we can see here that South Carolina has won one game. They're 1-3, just like my Aggies, 1-3 or whatever. But I don't have any information on Lynchburg, and they won't give me any information on Lynchburg at the time. Oh, you know what? I spoke too soon. They're at the bottom right there. We can see a little bit of information on both of these teams. So if we let's just go back to all right. I'm looking over at South Carolina. South Carolina goes back to last year. So if we start here, the first game that was televised against Jackson State, and they ended up losing that one 37-7. That was the debut of the new head coach for Jackson State, and so they had a really good time right there. Then the next game, I think that's Charlotte. Next game for South Carolina, they lost 24-3. Then they played Georgia Tech. Actually put 13 points on the board at Georgia Tech, 48-13. And then at the Citadel, they won that one. Actually, it was their last game. So South Carolina's coming off of a win. That I guess they were open last week. They won that game 31-10. All right, so we go to Virginia University of Lynchburg. Their first game was on the 8/31/23, and they lost their first one. Who was that actually? Carson Newman, the Carson Newman Eagles. Carson Newman is actually 2-3, and they're Division II. Thinking Lynchburg may be Division II also. They're playing a lot of Division 1A or 1AA teams. Their next game right there, Beast. I'm not even going to front like I know. Presbyterian. Presbyterian is actually 2-2. So Lynchburg lost to them. Then they played. I'm telling you, I don't know any of these teams. Merrimack Warriors, who are 2-3 also, third in the NEC. All right, now we're getting into a few teams that I'm familiar with. So they play Robert Morris, and they lose to them 46-0. And then they play Delaware State. Definitely a HBCU. They lose to them 48-10. So from what I see here, it's looking like South Carolina should get their next victory. What do you guys think? All right, so we're gonna. This game is supposed to start at 2. It's 2:05 by my watch. So we'll see when this game actually starts here. Let me do a little bit of rebooting here, and I might be able to get it to show up here. So while I'm doing that, I'll be right back.
was an Olympic slam.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Here we go.
Weight room
In
camp
fact,
here in Orangeburg.
let's update the score
Back out at quarterback after the special teams touchdown.
because South Carolina has already scored.
Sloppy play. I mean, they're never pretty when special teams gives up a touchdown there, but just what a play.
All right, so South Carolina State has already scored, so I guess they deserve the TD screen.
Into the end zone as we see the helicopter coming in.
Yeah, well, if you're Virginia Lynchburg, that special team play was a very sloppy special team play. But if you're South Carolina State, that was a great play by your punt return unit of being able to go and get some points on the board and let your offense stand on the side a little longer.
All right, a little bit of stoppage of action right here. Lynchburg has the ball as a cloud comes over the field. We're at South Carolina State.
Just not getting here and making her grand entrance.
So we got an official's timeout here.
An official timeout for I guess a helicopter.
I think we're all kind of waiting with bated breath to see who comes out of that thing.
Helicopter comes to South Carolina, lands on what I think is the practice field.
Action here at 7-0. South Carolina State leads Virginia Lynchburg on ESPN Plus.
We don't know who it is, but maybe they got clearance to land over there, and maybe somebody, maybe some kind of a famous individual.
Won 31-10 in that one. Corey Fields played one of his better games as a Bulldog. Defense played very well. You know, and it's tough because South Carolina State.
Coach for South Carolina is like, hey, let's go.
Playing Jackson State,
I don't know what's going on.
UNC Charlotte, teams that they were kind of outmanned against and out-athleted, if you will.
11-21. 11-21. Left in the first quarter.
Thought they would look like 2 weeks ago against the Citadel.
3 receivers to the right, and they're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback keeps it. He probably gets about 1 yard.
Short gain on the play, and Zan Dunham cleans up the mess there at Chester, South Carolina.
Number 13.
There at Chester.
Number 13. The Virginia Lynchburg has the Dragons across the back of their uniform, which I think is pretty cool. Dragons spread out this time in the formation. High snap, gets it to the running back, and he gets maybe a yard on the carry. It's 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. HBCU football today, ladies and gentlemen, until about 3:15, and I'll be switching over to watch my North Carolina Tar Heels take on Syracuse. That should be a good game. That should be a good game. Syracuse only lost 1 game. Clock running with 10 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first. It's 3rd and 8, Lynchburg, with 1 back in the backfield beside the quarterback. Spread out. This one's going to be a run by the quarterback. He runs. He stood up after about a gain of 6. Looks like the Dragons are going to be passing this one, and they are. Yeah, I just learned that the Dragons just got a team about 10 years ago. This football team for Lynchburg is only about 10 years old.
This is actually going to be Devin Woosley with the punt.
So they're basically still an upstart. They're going to have to punt it. They do.
This one high.
And it rolls on the ground all the way down to about the 26-yard line.
Will put it in play for their first offensive possession of the game. We'll see Corey Fields and the Bulldog offense coming up on the MEAC Digital Network on ESPN+.
Hi, this is Chantrice, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken.
All right, so we got a timeout. And like I said, not going to be a whole lot of information on these type games. We don't have a lot of information scrolling across the screen, so I'm going to do the best I can. Yeah, so right now all I can tell you is we're at Oliver C. Dawson Stadium in South Carolina. This game started at 2 o'clock. You can see it on ESPN2. Excuse me, ESPN Plus, not 2. I have some of the leaders down here. And who knows, maybe the game information will pick up later, but this is all we got right now. Can't show you that. Yeah, I wish I could show you guys that. If I could, then I would. But anybody that knows about YouTube knows that you can get shut completely down.
Back on the MEAC Digital Network on ESPN Plus, 7-0. South Carolina State leads Virginia
All right,
Lynchburg
right, but we're back.
As you take a look at one of our cricket impact players, Corey Fields, out of Hollywood,
All right, South Carolina in the backfield. They hand it off. Big hole off the right side, still on his feet. Now he's tackled by a host of Dragons.
Short gainer there. Actually, are they going to give him a yard? Yes, they will. They'll give him 2. Second down and 8. Jawan Howell looking for his first.
Once again, South Carolina on the board first. Lynchburg could not move the ball, probably moved the ball about 6 yards. Now they're back on defense. They've got a 4 front. South Carolina with 2 receivers to the left. They throw a screen pass, which is incomplete. So now South Carolina is behind the count. It's 3rd down.
Saw him warming up. He is an impressive looking football player. You know, about 6'1", 205, 210 pounds, very well put together. And I can see South Carolina State using him to kind of wear him down a little bit to let some of the other running backs come in and get some carries.
KC Fields in the backfield now for the Bulldogs. 3rd down and long.
South Carolina with 2 receivers to both sides. Getting the play from the sideline. 9 minutes and 20 seconds left. 3rd and 8. Ball of snap's going to be a pass. Quarterback looking to his left. Overthrows his man by leaps and bounds. That was uncatchable. Is that a word? Uncatchable. And now it's going to be 4th down for the Bulldogs. Yeah, it was pretty good protection. No flag was thrown. It was uncatchable. And so South Carolina will punt the ball. Did not maybe move the ball about 2 or 3 yards after the punt from Lynchburg.
Just overshot it there, so South Carolina State will kick it away.
Snap is off. Punt is off. It's going to be fair caught. Fair caught about the 38-yard line. I'm going to give it 38-yard line. And here comes the Virginia University of Lynchburg offense back on the field.
And defensively, this Bulldog front has been really phenomenal.
Like I said, this is HBCU football, ladies and gentlemen, and later on today at about 3:15, I'm going to be switching over to watch the Carolina Tar Heels take on the undefeated Carolina Tar Heels take on the. Whoa! What a tackle in the backfield.
That offensive line collapsed.
Defensive line for the Bulldogs just collapsed. That was a good word. Collapsed the Dragons. Number 40 is unblocked, and they just smother the running back. By the way, like I was saying, Carolina. We're watching Carolina versus
Timberland High School.
Syracuse. Around 3:30.
We'll call it 14 yards to go. Two receivers to the near side, a tight end there. Back to passes, Cleaves evades the rush and the pressure, and he's going to slide
Ooh,
down.
he's hit high. No flag comes in. Quarterback gets out of a little bit of trouble. Look, Virginia, Lynchburg, they've got those. Now, those guys on the line, those are some 300-pounders, but those are those 300-pounders, sorry to say, without muscle. They're just big. Yeah, those are just those big guys that we used to have back in the MEAC in the 80s.
Receivers to the far side, one near side. Oh, here comes
Gonna be a pass this time. Pressure coming. His lobs. This one is intercepted. By number 25, still on his feet, being ran down from behind, and he is tackled at about the 40. I give it about the 35-yard line, but the quarterback for the Dragons just lobbed that one up. Tried to get it over number 25, the defensive back's head, and it just didn't go.
We'll be back with the Bulldogs on offense on ESPN.
As on the Bulldogs are now in Virginia Lynchburg territory. And we'll get back at it right after this.
Back to Orangeburg, South Carolina, 7-0. South Carolina State leads Virginia Lynchburg. Jamari Benjamin with an interception to set up the Bulldogs in Dragon territory at the 36. So let's see what Corey Fields and the Bulldog O can do with this.
All right, after that interception, the Bulldogs get the ball. They try to stretch it down the right side.
And he gets a short gain
in the backfield, maybe picking up about 1 yard.
That was actually Casey Fields on the run at Beaufort, South Carolina.
All right, so like on that last play offensively for Lynchburg, the quarterback tried to lob it over the defensive back, just did not get enough air under it.
During his time there, out of the shotgun, 3 receivers.
All right, quarterback.
Fields looks like may have called an audible right there.
In the backfield with the running back to his right, hands it off, finds a hole, picks up about 10 yards, still running, runs over a would-be tackler to pick up about 12, 13 yards. He's a nice size running back right here. Nice little trap block right there, or a pull block. And South Carolina up to the line quickly in the same formation now. They look over to the sideline to get the actual play.
Good look at Corey Fields there.
2 receivers to the left. It's going to be a pass. Quarterback looking over there. Has a man on the out pattern. Catches that ball about around the, I will give him about 16-yard line. South Carolina driving. 6 minutes and 16 seconds left.
So second down and
in the first.
For the Bulldogs.
Now, if you're a play caller, these are the plays that you like. Second and short. You got 2 plays to get a first down.
Nice camera angle on the field. They hand it off going on the left side. See the big hole. Cuts it all the way back and walks into the end zone. Another score by South Carolina.
I think that play was initially supposed to go off tackle on the left side, but he cut it inside. Great blocking by the Bulldog offensive front. And Fields, with a little improv, gets in.
A little improv. I think you just gave Casey his nickname, Casey Fields Vision. Field Vision, great run there, great cut. As a running back, you often talk about sticking your foot in the ground. You can see him stick his foot in the ground and get vertical, which is a sign of a great running back.
And South Carolina State will go for the extra point.
So that's the second touchdown of the season.
Snap is off, and it is good.
And that is good. 14-0. South Carolina State leads Virginia Lynchburg. As we're going to take a look at this one on the cricket replay.
You like when I say stick your foot in the ground.
That's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what he did. Get vertical. It's a lot easier for me to say that up here. Now, I go down and do that. I have ACLs and all kind of knee replacement surgery. Great play there by Casey Fields.
I mean, it sounds so simple, but he literally stuck his foot in the ground and changed directions, went upfield, up the middle. That play was initially supposed to go far side. Good for him. Casey Fields' second touchdown of the season on the ground. 14-0. That was a great look on the cricket replay. As you take a look at the Bulldogs sideline, they're feeling good, leading 14-0 over Virginia Lynchburg. So Maxion Cobb will kick it back.
So South Carolina kicks off. It is returned up to about the 20-yard line, but there's a flag on the play.
I saw Adonis Davis on the tackle. Had a Blackville held him.
The flags come in from back there a lot of times. Might be a hold or a block in the back of the return team. It'll be interesting to see what the call coming from the back.
We played a lot of football. 5:57 though remaining here in the first. They waved the flag off.
All right, so they're going to pick this flag up.
So the Dragons having trouble
as the band plays in the background.
They haven't picked up a first down, but they picked
nothing
up
like the HBCU bands playing in the background while you're playing football.
But this defensive line
the home band, that is.
Job at the point of attack.
All right, 5 minutes and 57 seconds on the clock. Virginia Lynchburg will be starting their offensive series at the 20-yard line. They try to hand it off. They do hand it off in the backfield. He does not even get out of the backfield. It's going to be a run for a loss.
Yeah, just collapsed it again, forcing that running back to try to get the edge. Could not do it. As you take a look at Jaden Jones.
Virginia is trying to get outside the defense of South Carolina.
A lot of new faces on this Bulldog defense. Buddy Pugh throwing a lot of substitutions in there, getting guys a lot of playing time already in this first quarter. Getting some fresh legs in there too.
And you're still trying to figure out who's the mix, like who plays good together. Still trying to figure out guys, playing a lot.
He's going to have to go straight ahead. 3 receivers to the left, trips left. It's going to be a pass, and then the quarterback trying to get out of trouble. He can't. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. South Carolina is running through the offensive line of Virginia Lynchburg like water.
Stephen, South Carolina, Timberland High School.
See the replay, you can see great pass rush there, and just it's a relentless.
And number 97 comes off the end.
You can get one guy to get the sack, but it's often the other defensive lineman that creates the quarterback having to
QB's going to have to step up and maybe, if you want to call it a pocket.
Killing a really athletic defensive lineman, 6'1", 230. He's a big 6'1", 230 though.
They're going to try a draw this time.
Draw play up the middle.
And we have one defender that stayed home and made the play. It is 3rd and 23.
Should have made him the cricket impact player. He has made
Lynchburg backed way up. Going to have to punt this one.
He must have heard you and you made him upset. significant impact player.
So a quick 3 and out for the
So
Dragon
Virginia
offense.
started,
We'll kick it
and
back
Lynchburg
away.
started with the ball squarely on the 20-yard line. They'll be punting
Back to
with this ball on
return.
about the
Is
8.
no, is that midfield?
Punter in the end
NC
zone.
State bringing the house here.
Barely gets it off, but he does get it off.
Piece of it, but it's a high kick into the sun.
And that ball is taking a
And Bulldogs
South Carolina
field
State
position
bounce.
around the 28-29 yard line.
net kick about 27 yards
One
probably.
small thing is the Bulldogs special
That
teams
ball was kicked
getting
basically
some
straight up
confidence
in the
here.
air.
That's what this team needs, you know.
So South Carolina will get it 1st and 10 at South Carolina's, excuse me, at Virginia's 28-yard line. It took South Carolina every bit of 4 plays, I think, to get in the end zone last time. And they are in great field position this time, even closer.
You'll be surprised when you get young people to believe they achieve, you know, and that's just not a figure of speech. That's really true.
3 receivers.
It's going to be a pass. Quarterback rolls out to his right. Finds the man still on his feet. Maybe in the end zone. Does not get to that. Oh, the ref gave it to him. He must have got it across the pylon. I never saw it. Didn't see the pylon move. So evidently he stuck it out over the pylon. If he did, it barely hit it. I thought it was out of bounds right there. But the ref gave it to him. Yeah, we're gonna have to see this replay. Quarterback rolls to his right, puts it on the wide receiver, missed tackle, and the receiver's up the sideline. Well, the pylon did fall down, but I don't know if it was because of the receiver. But we can't do anything about it now because the extra point is up and it is good. So Bulldogs.
Remaining, and we're going to keep it right here and take a look at that play again for the backside. Down the sideline.
I don't know, ref. That was really close. But the cheerleaders agree. All right, so there is no review. That point is going to be good. That touchdown is good, and the extra point. And with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first, South Carolina State has scored 21 points on Lynchburg.
Again, out of Ridgeview High School. And boy, I called a lot of Ridgeview High School games over the years during that Harry Parks era. I don't know where they found the receivers, but it felt like they always had talented wide receivers as you know, frisbee catching dogs, as my old broadcaster friend G. Knight would say. They just got guys that can catch it everywhere.
Exactly.
South Carolina kicks off. Ball's caught on the 10, past the 20, 25. So the Dragons will start on the 25-yard line.
That's where Virginia Lynchburg will put it in play.
In a not-so-packed house in Orangeburg, South Carolina, I think they say. We are at the home of the Bulldogs.
So a new quarterback for the Dragons, and we expected this. C.J. Brooks, who has started the majority of the season. He's a sophomore. He's thrown the team's
3 minutes and 19 seconds left
2 interceptions
in the first quarter. Lynchburg now with the ball. Quarterback looks like my quarterback. As soon as he gets that ball, he's going to have to do something with it. Got to get rid of it or he's going to have to run. The offensive line cannot keep the defensive line of the Bulldogs out of the backfield.
Getting an opportunity to get out and get confidence like we talked about earlier, get back into mid-season form and get in and make tackles and contribute for the defense.
Is that snow in Missouri? Can't be. Lynchburg. Quarterback rolls to his right. Throws this one. Almost intercepted.
That was dangerous. I think Michael Brunson was the defender that almost brought that in.
It is now 3rd and 12.
So 3rd down upcoming.
Reviews of Virginia Lynchburg fan, you held your breath on that one now, because that's the last thing you needed. You know, with the floodgates opening early in the first quarter, is to turn the ball right over.
2 minutes and 43 seconds left.
Virginia Lynchburg just looking for one positive play here, just one big play on 3rd down and 12. Looks like they're showing pressure again on that right side of the line.
Trying to pass, they throw it,
this one down the near side.
and I just think he was just getting rid of that ball up the sideline.
Right side of the line, Demetrius, is Patrick Godbold and Jablonski Green.
Trying to go to the big wide receiver number 6.
Boy, that is a
And he
dangerous
was running like his back or something is hurting.
Linebackers and defensive ends coming at you. So back to kick it away once again.
So now 4th and 12. The Dragons are going to have to punt this one. Ball on about the 24-yard line.
Also JROTC Day, celebrating a number of things.
The punt is off.
Booms this one.
And South Carolina gets it. Already picked up 20 yards, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Great special teams tackle there made for the Dragons. That was
knocked out of bounds after picking up a close to 20 yards. So South Carolina back in good field position once again.
So South Carolina State still will have great field position with 2:30 remaining in the first quarter.
South Carolina has the ball back. They have already scored 21 points. There are 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. They've got the ball on about the 41-yard line of the Dragons.
Shout them out as the broadcast go on. The offensive line a lot of times will get their name called off.
Yeah, we'll certainly call the names. Eric Brown Jr.
South Carolina will run this one off the left side and pick up about 7 yards.
To the 35, just shy of the 30. Tyler Smith, the 3rd South Carolina State running back we have called so far. Just shy of 100 yards rushing on the season. He's a redshirt.
If South Carolina scores right here, I'm pretty sure everyone who's dressed out will play today.
Is that a football factory?
2 receivers.
I get Tyler and I get Jordan.
To the right for South Carolina.
Jordan, if I call you Tyler, forgive me Tyler if I call you Jordan, but charge it to my brain and not my heart.
It's 2nd and 5.
3 wideouts.
Snap is good. Running back almost tackled in the backfield. Picks up the first down and more. All the way down about, I would say, the 22-yard line. This is the running back number 10 this time. The holes are huge.
Look at that. Yards after contact for Tyler Smith.
Yeah, it looked like Coach P went to a market and just ordered different running backs. Let me get this one that can bring this, and let me get this one that can bring this to the table. And it ends up putting something together good for whatever kind of recipe you want to make to run the football.
Ball to 23.
South Carolina sends a man in motion to the right. Quarterback throws the pass. Ooh, it is defended well. By number 24, that ball's knocked down.
Who had an awesome game 2 weeks ago. 2 touchdown receptions.
Looks like that ball might have still been catchable. I don't know if the receiver took his eyes off of it right at the end.
Who was on the coverage.
21-0 right now. Lynchburg trailing. This is Virginia at Lynchburg. Virginia-Lynchburg trailing South Carolina State. Virginia Lynchburg winless on the year. South Carolina only 1 victory. And they handed it right up the middle off the, I would say, the B gap on the left side. And running back this time, number 10, picks up a good 10 yards, another first down. There's 5. There's close to 10 right there. Offensive line of the Bulldogs just blowing the Virginia Lynchburg team defensive line off the line. Virginia is rushing 4. South Carolina snaps the ball. Quarterback gets it. Oh, nice little trickeration. They go back through the other side and they walk into the end zone. This is number 23. Nice play call by the offensive coordinator. Made it look like a little option play going to the right and flipped it to number 23, who I think was a slot receiver. They'll show it again. Yes, it was a slot receiver. Gets out in the open field on the left side and scores.
Action and just brought the reverse off of that action. So great play calling and way to set up plays as you get a chance to get a touchdown there. Great call by Kevin McGurk.
And South Carolina scores again.
Good. 28-0 with 18 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is all in the first quarter. Like I said,
Walker. I think that's the first time we've called his name this season. Good looking back.
It looks like everyone on the sideline of South Carolina will play.
The last couple years of running backs at his disposal.
That's not saying everybody on the side of Virginia Lynchburg won't play, but it will play because there's no way that they can win. Game's still not over yet. Virginia could, and this is Virginia at Lynchburg, could put something together. But if they do, they're going to have to start right now. 18 seconds left in the first quarter.
Surrounding state. So great job. Kudos to Coach Pugh and his staff for the recruiting efforts.
Yeah, there's some smiles on that Bulldog sideline, but Buddy Pugh, he's still stirred. He knows that there's a lot of football left.
Coach Pugh is also like, yeah, we're supposed to be beating this team.
And knowing Coach Pugh is so much bigger than the score for him. He worries about how his team looks.
Yeah.
He worries about how we do the little things, how we run on the field, how we run off the field. You know, so it's a lot more than the score.
Ball is kicked off. It is really short. Received at about the 21-yard line, and I just slowed down, and there's a flag on the play.
We'll see what they call here.
The return man picked up good yardage. Ball all the way down to about the 30, I'll give him 34-yard line.
He's probably the most detail-oriented person I've been around.
Looks like he slowed up for some reason.
Background being a high school math teacher and being a math
maybe he wanted to cut back or something. There's a flag on the play. That's usually going to be on the receiving team.
A lot of people like English guys. I consider myself an English guy. So when you're an English guy, it's a gray area and some stuff. But when
holding on the largest play of the day for Lynchburg. That's going to take it back.
Definitely who he is. He's the most detailed guy.
Spot of the foul, depending on where that occurred. Now there's 13 seconds left.
Background being so detail oriented, I like that. So 13 seconds left. Here in this first quarter, it's 28-0. It was a holding call on the Dragons. Virginia Lynchburg backed up at their own, call it 17. It's still CJ
Virginia,
Brooks.
Two receivers to the low snap to the right, and the quarterback actually gets out of the backfield. I would give him 1 yard. With 4 seconds, they will let the first quarter run out.
Of the first quarter, and it has been a good one for Bulldog fans.
Got to be a bad feeling when nothing is going your way. As soon as that young man gets the ball back there, he is being hounded by the defensive line of the Bulldogs. So we have another timeout. This is the end of the first quarter.
Amateurs and Masters at South Carolina State. As Coach Davis was talking about earlier, as there's a little pitch and catch. Aaron Smith on the stop there. You know, going back to Coach Pugh, it's so important for him to win here at South Carolina State, which is probably partly the reason.
All right, beginning of the first quarter. Excuse me, it's the beginning of the second quarter.
A better place for student athletes all over.
Well, he is South Carolina State through and through.
And Virginia Lynchburg starts with a completion.
Was not only to win football games here at South Carolina State, but to make the whole Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference better. And he's done that.
Yeah.
You know,
But there's a flag on the play.
Video exchange, whether
It's now 2nd and 12.
Guaranteed games. He's done so much just for the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference as well as South Carolina State University.
We're going to share some.
So this time Virginia comes out. Virginia and Lynchburg comes out with 3 receivers to the right.
I can't wait to share in just a moment.
Fakes the handoff, goes down the middle, overthrows his man.
Sportscaster, my good friend Ryan Clary out of Spartanburg, South
I've seen a
Carolina.
lot of that by this quarterback.
He had a family member that played with Coach Pugh's son, played baseball.
And then who knows? Maybe he looked down the field and saw that number 29 was basically covered. And as not to throw the ball away or throw another interception, he just threw it
They were
long
asking for advice on how to cover him. And,
to
Coach
avoid
Pugh
the,
said,
what do you
"Just
call
put
it, to
everybody you got
avoid
in the outfield, 'cause
the
that's where he's
intentional
gonna hit it."
grounding.
So Buddy Pugh, the baseball coach, put everybody in the outfield. So here's the throw, incomplete.
That right there is looks like miscommunication. The running back was still on the 9 route when the quarterback threw an out pass. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like may look like that there's bad communication, but you know, with what this week going on, week 5, I think 6 games. Maybe the quarterback is just trying to get rid of the ball because of this defensive line of the Bulldogs. So once again, Lynchburg kicking out of their own end zone, gets it off,
That is the best punt of the day thus
and
far.
he hits
Wow,
this one.
What a huge punt. Takes a dragon bounce. This is return.
And it is not fair call by the running back. He's still on his feet down the sideline. Should have been dropped 15 yards back. He's able to pick up, like I said, just about 15 yards, but that was the best punt from the Lynchburg kicker.
Welcome to Freddy's. We must be new security guards.
All right, so we have another timeout.
South Carolina State with the football, 1st and 10. And a penalty brought back the return at their own 16. It was a good return by Smith. So how about the field position?
All right, so they said there was a flag on the return, that punt return.
South Carolina State is
so South Carolina is backed up a bit. Still, it is 28-0. Carolina State back on the line quickly. 2nd and 8. And it looks like they're going to draw Virginia offside.
And that is going to be caught.
And so that's a free play for South Carolina. They take advantage of it. Quarterback gets the ball down to number 6, and let's see if the refs can weed this one out. I didn't hear a whistle. Virginia of Lynchburg pulled up.
Sometimes if you hear a whistle, if it was a whistle, you know, a lot of kids are stopped, but Corey kept playing, and he was able to.
And it was a free play. They got drawn offside. No whistle was blown. South Carolina kept running the play, and the quarterback completed it to number 6, so had to lay out a little bit. Other than that, if it wasn't for the layout and the catch, it would have been 6 points. Clock still running, 16 minutes and 34 seconds left. 2 receivers to the right for South Carolina. Play action. Goes down the middle of the field. Well, I thought it was the middle of the field. He actually threw that to the sideline.
I wanted to talk about this offensive line, you know, and this is really the group that Coach Buddy Pugh, I think, feels like this could be.
That one was overthrown by the quarterback.
A lot of veterans up there.
Well, you're only going as far as your offensive line goes. So you look at Nick Taste out there. You got Eric Brown Jr. You got N. Sharp.
South Carolina, no huddle.
Johnson, and we also talked about one more of the guys. I want to make sure I don't forget his name.
Slot to the right, 2 receivers to the right.
That's out there. So I want to take the time to get those guys a shout out.
Getting the play from the sideline.
To be able to run the football, you got to be able to run behind those front 5.
Hand it off, going up the left side. He stumbles, still on his feet, 30. Gets all the way down near the 26-yard line. I thought maybe it was going to be a false start, but it wasn't called.
And another Bulldog tailback. That's the 5th ball carrier for the Bulldogs.
South Carolina getting a lot of movement from those big men on the line. Pulling them to get an extra blocker out there.
And a great run by Josh Shaw.
Shaw. 4 receivers now. Josh Shaw still in the backfield with Corey Fields. Play action fake. Oh, pressured, and he's got to throw.
And this time, Lynchburg brings the house, and they get to the quarterback. He has to let that ball go. It was not called for intentional grounding. I think there was a running back in the area. 28-0.
Good look there for the Dragons.
Everybody came.
One of the top defensive players for Virginia Lynchburg.
It's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
For Virginia Lynchburg. I was noticing on their offensive line they have 4 freshmen up front, and there's a number of freshmen.
Looks like this might even be a timeout. Or so they stop it to play. Looks like a timeout.
28-0. South Carolina State leads Virginia Lynchburg. So kind of interesting to see Buddy Pugh with the starting offensive line. Of course, you mentioned Nick Taste, the first-team All-MEAC selection.
All right, so if you look at the South Carolina Bulldogs, South Carolina State Bulldogs, they're 1-3.
Ball carrier for South Carolina State today.
You're looking for chemistry. Like I said, you're looking for guys. You're still trying to get guys on film so you can.
I didn't know my boy right here played for South Carolina.
Who we're gonna have and who we
South Carolina State. But anyway, there's a record for South Carolina. They've lost to Jackson State, Charlotte, Georgia Tech, and they beat the Citadel in their last game. So this is game number 5.
Just got the carry, redshirt freshman. I mean, that's a lot of guys that are just.
They have Tennessee Tech next.
I mean, there's not enough ball to go around, is there?
But they might have to try to see if they can play with 2 balls. All of those guys need to be on the field. All of them are good, and South Carolina State's doing a good job of getting all of them on the field.
3 wideouts. Justice Smith-Brown to the near side.
Sounds going to be a run. He is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, but still on his feet. And now he's going to go down.
Maybe got a gain of a yard past past the line of scrimmage on second
If they
down.
give him yards gained, he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Cricket impact player for the Dragons, Malachi Mitchell.
It's going to be number 32, the third back I've seen from South Carolina. South Carolina State, that is. Taking their time getting the play call in. 12 minutes and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. 3rd and 9, Lynchburg. It's Virginia Lynchburg trying to put up a little fight here on defense.
Shaw still in the backfield.
This time the ball snap's going to be a pass. He looks over to his right, has a man, and throws it behind him and to the right.
Justin Smith-Brown. Now, Justin Smith-Brown out of Space Coast High School.
So it's going to be interesting to see what South Carolina does right here.
Somebody out there gets that reference.
They're probably going to go for it. 4th and 9. Their defense has been pretty good.
That was in the
Pretty good today.
of the Cartoon Network.
So even if they pick up only 5, then Lynchburg would have to start on their own 25-yard line. He throws it,
Gonna throw this one deep in the end zone.
has a man, but just overthrows him to number 6. Almost had his second diving catch of the day.
And that'll be a turnover.
And it's 4th down, turnover on downs, but
Get the ball back. They trail.
Lynchburg will get the ball back on around their 30-yard line. Their own 30-yard line, so South Carolina State, no worse for the wear.
Looking at going well. Big promotion. Made me brand ambassador.
All right, so we got a timeout on the field. So I will be in about an hour. I'll be moving and switching over. Heck, not even an hour. Probably at halftime of this game, I'm going to be switching over to the Carolina versus Syracuse game. That game begins at 3:30. It's 3:02 right now, so yes, I'll be doing that. So any of you Syracuse fans or you Carolina fans, come and meet me over there. And for the people who did tune in to this early and quick broadcast, thank you. And don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel.
Davis here in the second quarter with 11 minutes remaining here in the half. It's a short run far side, not much doing there. Does pick up a positive gain of 2 yards, second down and 8. And you look at this Bulldog defense, coach, and 2 weeks ago gave up just 10 points to the Citadel, one of those scores coming very late in that game. And I thought giving up 24 points to UNC Charlotte was kind of a success there. UNC Charlotte's a very talented team.
Lynchburg.
It's going to be a play action fake.
Quarterback rolls out, and there's a completion.
The Dragons far side of the field, their longest play from scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like about maybe a first down. It was 2nd and 8, and they do. Lynchburg gets their first down of the game.
Wide receiver Jason Sprigoni out of Gilroy, California.
Yeah, you see when Jalen Evans on the blitz, I can get a defensive coach now saying attack the upfield shoulder, don't lose contain, get them with their coaching points now, let them get out of the pocket.
Well, you talk about this defense, Coach, and this team is just a couple years removed from the Celebration Bowl championship, and a lot of these players were on that team, especially the defense. That's where the majority of their experience is: quarterback, offensive line, and this defense. And Buddy Pugh hopes that this defense can take that experience with them and turn that into success in the MEAC.
All right, first down for Lynchburg.
That lets you know that not only
They hand this one off the left side, pick up a couple of yards. Well, I thought they picked up a couple of yards.
And off far side, not much doing there.
Nope, got back to about the 5-yard line, but that is what happens when you're running out of the shotgun. I don't think that was a pistol, but it took 5 yards to get to the line of scrimmage.
North Carolina players, a couple players out of Charlotte. I think a timeout was called. 28-0. South Carolina State leads it. Take a look at what this South Carolina State defense has done thus far on the afternoon. As you take a look at that,
South Carolina has had a field day on Virginia Lynchburg. Again, Virginia Lynchburg they just started the team about 10 years ago.
Another sack. Of course, Aiden Weber with the special teams touchdown, and then, of course, the interception by Jamari Benjamin.
And we haven't said a whole lot about Thomas Howard, the defensive coordinator for South Carolina State. He's done a great job of putting these guys in position.
Lynchburg pass is going to be thrown behind the receiver.
He's done a really good job in the 2 games we've seen of mixing up coverages, mixing up blitzes, the pressure, really the offense not knowing where it's coming from.
Yeah, and 90% of being a good defensive coordinator is being able to let your players have an attitude. Let them have a no nonsense, you got to get off the field kind of mentality. And watching them run around and watching them fly around, I can see where Coach Howard brings that to practice every day.
So 3rd down and 10 for the Dragons.
All right, Dragons, 3rd down, 3rd and 10. It's going to be a pass. Quarterback has a man, and it's caught for a 1st down. This is going to be the best series, even if they get stopped here, the best series for Lynchburg.
Quincy Cage out of University of Texas San Antonio. This roster for Virginia Lynchburg, they've got guys from all over the country.
Yeah, one thing Coach Tim Newman has done is went out and been able to attract different talent from across the country, which is kudos for him for that, to be able to get guys that want to come to Virginia Lynchburg and play for him.
A lot of transfers. 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 10.
Look at this formation here. Bunch.
Yeah,
tight
a bunch
receivers to the near
trips
side, front of your screen.
over here, and the quarterback probably should have kept that and ran with the receiver. But
yes, it was.
He threw it to number 1, who was tackled immediately. That's the running back.
Once again, you said that word again, freshman.
On second thought, I don't think he could have got out there. So to pick up just that bit was a miracle on that play. 3rd and 2 for Virginia Lynchburg. They got 3 receivers to the right again. Quarterback is under pressure. Had to get rid of that one. Throwing it at number 8, but I tell you what, he has no time to set up, even in the shotgun.
That's what they call the zoo blitz. That means everybody that's in the zoo.
So it is now 4th down.
That's in the zoo is coming on that blitz, and you bring 7 and they only have 5. They're going to get home.
Like what can a quarterback do in that situation? As soon as he gets the ball, he's being swarmed.
I feel like on the old Madden games there was a jailbreak blitz.
It could have been.
All they could do is set up a screen.
So here's the snap and a
Lynchburg will be punting this one.
Down this one. Can't do it.
And he punts it into the end zone.
So the Bulldogs will have it at their own 20-yard line. They make the stop.
It's 3:09, like I said, and about just a few minutes I'm going to be switching over to the North Carolina Syracuse game. But I do thank each and every one of you guys, people for showing up today, whoever stopped by. And thanks for hitting that like button.
Are you listening? Damn.
Great shot of the Bulldog flag as South Carolina State leading 28-0, 8:42 remaining here in the half. And me and Coach Demetrius Savers were talking about what a difference it makes with a number of trees that were brought down.
All right, now South Carolina has the ball. They're going to hand it off the right side. He was hitting the backfield, but bounces it off and picks up good 6 yards.
Good run. That was Jerron Howell. First time we've seen him since the first series.
And now we're back at the first running back, number 22.
Morrisville, North Carolina. Beautiful part of the state.
6'1", 215-pound running back.
That's a mentor. That's a famous bulldog named Deshaun Baker.
Lynch.
Okay.
Lynchburg, 4 down lineman. They're going to hand it off again. He goes right up the middle, picks up a good 3 yards, maybe 4 yards, and does get the first down. So 7 minutes and 57 seconds on the clock before halftime. South Carolina State 28, Virginia Lynchburg 0.
Third leading tackler for the Dragons, true freshman, got 3 tackles for loss on the season. 3 receivers, they put a man.
South Carolina sends a man in motion. They hand it to his side. That's the left. The holes open up. Running back still on his feet. Still all the way down to about the 38-yard line.
Again, what a run. But
that play developed beautifully. Look at big number 77 collapses the line.
We could run through that one.
I think I could. Now, I might not have gotten as many of these yards, but I probably would have gotten at least 5.
Wow. What a great job blocking up front.
So South Carolina gets the first down. Ball on about the 41-yard line. And there's going to have to be a flag called. Defense did move, but the offense moved too afterwards. I don't think he encroached, but it's all up to the refs. Everybody knows defense can't move as long as they don't come across the ball. So offense, you got to stay in your stance. And it's going to be against the defense encroaching. 6 minutes, 57 seconds left. Yeah, I'm going to try to hang on. We'll see how long it takes this 6 minutes to get done. 2 receivers to the right. They send a man in motion, and this is South Carolina State. The quarterback keeps it on the option
touchdowns.
maybe picks up 1 yard.
You know, Corey Fields actually
Ooh,
had a
look at that
really
baby.
good day running the ball.
Like I said, Lynchburg has got big
2
guys.
weeks ago against the
Like
Citadel,
not very muscular or whatever. They're just big. That's how it used to be in the MEAC back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, I remember Howard with those 300 pounders on the line. But they were just big. They were not athletic.
He has the ability to be a dual threat quarterback.
And were not muscular.
You don't want your quarterback running around a lot because you don't want the risk of injury. But at the same time, when you get those
South Carolina hands it up a gap.
take that.
Casey Fields takes the carry up the middle.
And it's just number 20 back out there again. Number 20 back on the field. He has a touchdown already. He comes off the field. Picks up about 4 yards. Fields does. And the first down. South Carolina still moving the ball.
You know, we talk about the stable running backs that South Carolina State has. I talked to Coach Border a little bit before the game.
5 minutes and 43 seconds left before halftime. It's 1st and 10. South Carolina State has the ball on the 24-yard line, 26-yard line. Throw a screen and it's complete. Looks like he may be going to the end zone, and he does. This is number 22, the running back. Goes back in for number 20 and throws. It looked like a screen to me. It was a screen. Worked beautifully.
You see the offensive lineman get in front. Great play call, great execution, and great job.
And South Carolina scores again.
Over a guy, do not be denied.
You know, that's a word you just said that can sometimes be overused in football. That's the first time I've heard it on our broadcast, but today it's been so true. The execution of South Carolina State's game plan on both sides of the ball and even special teams has been near perfect.
The snap is down. The extra point is good.
35-0. South Carolina State up on top. Take a look at the cricket replay. Good block there, down.
All right, so with the score right before halftime at 35, and with, let's just be certain about it, with 5 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, looks like South Carolina may have this one in the bag. And with an opportunity to score again, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to move on over and get prepared for the big game today for me, because I am a Carolina fan right here. All right, right here. So I'll go ahead and do a pre-game discussion here right before it's time for the game. As you can see the picture on the screen right there, that's showing Tez Walker. I think I'm saying his name right. Yeah, Tez Walker this week got cleared to play. He is now eligible to play for North Carolina. I guess he's been practicing. So if he has, then I'm pretty sure we'll see him today. If you look over at the matchup predictor is giving Carolina a 61.1% chance to win this game. I don't know whether you can't trust matchup predictor. It's just a predictor, all right, just a prediction. But anytime Carolina is giving such a wide margin to win this game, it's always a close one, all right? If you look at the score, Syracuse Orange, they are 4-1. They're 4-1. Their only losses to Clemson, if I'm not mistaken. North Carolina is 4-0. They will be playing in Kenan Stadium. And you would think that the Carolina Tar Heels have the advantage. I still think they do. But will they be able to win this game? Should they win the game? I would say yes. Will they? We'll see. All right. With that said, I'm getting ready to move over. For those who stop by here, maybe you would do the same and stop by in the next stream. Got a little bit of setting up to do, and I'll do that, and hopefully see you guys then. Thank you for watching. Right now the score is 35-0. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left before halftime. I'm going to go ahead and give this to South Carolina State. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in a minute, hopefully.